Oh, so you can't afford to buy me a present for Christmas this year?
I'm beginning to wish that I had rare voice, just because I'm tired of spending more than I should and getting less than I could. It's cheaper than my other phone for sure. I'm beginning to wish that I had rare voice. It's the very best choice. And the happiest thing I'll see are the features that are free. That's why I've got Rare Voice.
Isn't it time you upgrade your home phone? Sign up for Rev Voice today, and you can win great weekly prizes and a brand new Honda CR-V from Nassau Motor Company. Get Rev Voice home phone for as low as $14.99 a month. Rejoice this Christmas with Rev Voice.
Good evening, Bahamas. I'm Christina McNeil, and this is MB12 for Tuesday, December 4th, 2012, broadcasting from the Cable 12 studios on Robinson Road. In news tonight, a man shot minutes after a reported heist at a convenience store this afternoon. The man police believe is responsible for the death of a man whose decomposing body was discovered off Marshall Road, arraigned on murder charges. The status of the government's renationalization negotiations with cable and wireless communications and a school for special needs students is destroyed by fire. We have those stories and much more coming up tonight. Your MB12 starts right now. Thanks for joining us. Police are investigating the death of a man who was shot and killed while allegedly robbing the John Shea No. 8 off Carmichael Road this afternoon. Celeste Nixon tells us police believe the man pulled off more than one heist before he met his end.
Sometime around 1 p.m., police were alerted that a man carrying both a shotgun and a handgun was attempting to rob the John Shea supermarket. According to Superintendent Paul Roll, the suspect was shot by a food store security guard after demanding money from 3 cashiers. Roll said after stealing an undetermined amount of cash, the suspect fired a shot at the ceiling of the crowded store before being shot just outside.
He then fired off the shotgun on the inside. The store was crowded at the time with customers, and in the process, the security guard who was on duty engaged the suspect. There was an exchange of gunfire, resulting in the suspect being fatally shot.
Roll said customers were visibly shaken by the incident. According to Roll, it's believed that the armed robber held up the New Oriental Cleaners down the road just minutes before entering the supermarket. Store manager Vernita Plimis said she was upstairs in the office when she heard the first shot fired and was scared for the customer's safety.
I heard screaming. When I heard the screaming, I said, Jesus, not again. And after I heard screaming, then I heard a gunshot. And everyone just said, lock the doors. We locked the doors. And then I heard a couple more shots. And we came downstairs, and everybody was just in a panic. And I walked outside and see the body was on the ground.
This is the second time the John Shea store has been robbed in less than a week. Recounting last Saturday's terrifying events, Plimis said she was also present at the first robbery, and the same man that was shot and killed today was the perpetrator. Superintendent Roll also confirmed this.
He came in the store and he said, everybody get down. Everybody got down. He then walked over to where I was standing. Well, I was on the ground, and a parking girl, and asked, well, who's in charge? And she's pointed me out the manager. He then took me and we went at the office at gunpoint. And he said, give me everything, give me the money, open all the drawers. I opened the drawers, gave him all what I had to give him. I gave him the money. Then he said, is that all? I say, where the safe? So I say, see, they say, open a safe. I say, can't open a safe. And then he tried to open it, but he couldn't get it open.
Police have said it's the same man who attempted to rob the
It's the same person. Yeah, tall, bright, same person.
A shotgun was found at the scene by the side of the suspect and was taken into evidence by police. Roll said police have yet to identify the suspect. Reporting for NB12, I'm Celeste Nixon.
Well, a man who was supposed to be on the electronic monitoring system appeared before a magistrate today on a murder charge. Officials have confirmed that they were looking for 28-year-old Keno Johnson of East Street South for cutting off his ankle bracelet a month ago. Johnson, also known as Bugs, was being monitored for a housebreaking charge. Police caught up with Johnson on November 28th, but by that time they alleged he had committed murder. Johnson of East Street South made an initial appearance before Chief Magistrate Roger Gomez, accused of the murder of an unidentified man whose decaying corpse was found in bushes off Marshall Road last Wednesday. Police are awaiting DNA tests to confirm the identity of the man, who is believed to be Kylili Wallace, a witness in an attempted murder case who went missing on November 15th. Johnson, who is represented by Jomo Campbell, was not required to enter a plea to the charge. Johnson has been remanded into custody. He next appears in court on February 28, 2013. Prosecutors expect to transfer his case to the Supreme Court on that date. In other news, the Prime Minister says there are always two sides to a story, and the controversy going on at the National Insurance Board is no different. Speaking to reporters on the steps of Cabinet this morning, Prime Minister Perry Christie said he was fully briefed on the matter last night, and the government has ordered a forensic audit of NIB. So far, Christie says only one element of inquiries into the fitness of NIB Director Algernon Cargill has been made public. He says once the audit is complete, he expects that the position of the chairman, Gregory Moss, and the National Insurance Board will be made public. In the meantime, Cargill is on administrative leave pending the outcome of the forensic audit. However, the Prime Minister says Moss will not be put on leave pending the outcome of the audit.
No, there is no decision. The audit has been audited. There is no decision that every aspect, including all of the allegations made in Parliament, all of them will be put. And I really would like to have the audit this month. So to let you know the speed at which I would like to have a result on it, and that is why I have in my discussions with the Minister, accepted the position that at this stage, the status quo remains until the auditor's report.
Prime Minister Christie says he believes he is on the right course and he is pushing for an early and public resolution to the matter. As it stands, he says NIB is under no threat. And it's been nearly 2 years since Cable and Wireless became the majority shareholder of BTC, but Prime Minister Christie says his administration is still determined to take back the majority stake. However, today he revealed that negotiations with CWC executives have been put on hold for the next few weeks. Jasmine Bonamy has the details in this report.
Negotiations between officials at a government-appointed board and officials at Cable and Wireless have been ongoing for months, but for the first time since those talks began, they have been suspended.
High-level talks commenced back in September between government and executives at Cable and Wireless Communications. According to the Prime Minister, the talks have been suspended until early in the new year. He adds that at that point, the committee will advise him on whether it should proceed with negotiations. Franklin Wilson is leading the government's negotiating team.
It really now is in a position where I would expect early in the new year to hear from the committee as to whether in fact it is worth continuing with the discussions.
In late July, BTC President Jeff Houston said CWC had invested more than $100 million in the company. Most of that money was for upgrades to the outdated internet, cellular, and landline platforms. Stating CWC's case, Houston said BTC was raking in millions in profits. But the doubling in profits comes as BTC customers experience major disruptions in service. Christie says the level of service offered by BTC is still a huge concern, but he added that discussions have been useful and he doesn't foresee them being protracted too long into the new year.
They have been able to hold discussions in a very cordial sort of atmosphere that both sides have understand the positions the others have taken, except to say that Cable and Wireless would wish to retain the majority interest. I think it is fair to say that my latest information indicates that they would wish to continue being the majority shareholder.
Meantime, Christie says he is looking forward to the market opening up for competition. He says another major regional telecom has requested a face-to-face meeting with him. He told reporters he had a number of conversations with executives from Digicel.
We have chosen to remain quiet, to participate very constructively, because we know at the end of the day we ought not to interfere with the value of the company, because both sides are shareholders and both sides have a significant investment in this. In the meantime, there are competitors like Cable Bahamas who are mounting fierce competition, and there are others now wishing to come in to the Bahamas. And so it's a very dynamic situation going on where we have to be mindful of all that is taking place.
Christie says he has already sought consultation with the negotiation team on that matter. Reporting for NB12, I'm Jasmine Bonamy.